Oh wow, what a beautiful crowd I see. You're making me feel nervous. Hi, my name is Nazym, I'm 21. I'm graduating very, very soon and I'm excited and looking forward to it. Actually, currently I'm working on my thesis about women's leadership. So what a beautiful day to talk about that topic. Did you know that today nearly 40% of women in the United States hold a bachelor's degree surpassing men? Women earned around 67% of master's degrees and 55% of doctoral degrees. Even look around your classrooms today at TEDxKIMEP. What gender do you see more? Right, women. So we are showing up, we are excelling, and we are proving again and again that we are more than capable. However, when it comes to leadership, women are still outnumbered and overlooked. Why? And it's clearly not due to lack of qualifications or capability. In fact, new research published in Forbes in 2023 shows that women outperform men consistently across almost all key leadership measures, from emotional intelligence and collaboration to adaptability and integrity. But despite this, women are still less likely to be promoted into leadership roles. So, if women are not only qualified, but often more effective leaders, why do we still hesitate to put them in charge? But more importantly, why do so many women themselves struggle to believe they can lead? I know the struggle personally. I grew up believing that leadership wasn't made for women, that it was an exception for the rule, that to lead, I need to be tougher, stricter, more manly, and even a little less me. I thought that my natural empathy, my deep care for others, my need to connect were weaknesses that would hold me back, but I was wrong. I attended a high school of physics and mathematics where I was one of only 10 girls in class of 35. It was an environment where intelligence was constantly tested, where you had to prove again and again, every single day, that you deserve to be there. I worked tirelessly, excelling academically, but I also noticed something. My male peers, boys, they didn't seem to question their place the way I did. And no one questioned their place the way they did mine or other girls. When I moved into leadership roles at university, the same doubts crept in. I was a vice president at Art Revolution and a president at Jarkan, two major and beloved student organizations at TEDxKIMEP. And at first I wondered, okay, do I need to be louder? Do I need to be harsher, more authoritative to be taken seriously? But the moment I stopped trying to prove I was a leader and instead led in a way that felt natural to me, everything changed. Instead of focusing on power and authority, I focused on people. I prioritized checking in on my team's emotional and physical well-being, and I made sure to ask, even just for a few seconds, how are you feeling? Do you need any help? You know, you can talk to me, right? And something incredible happened. My team trusted me, and not because I was the loudest in the room, but because I cared. And when people feel valued, they work harder, they collaborate better, and they believe in the vision we're building together. Because leadership isn't about standing above, it's about standing beside. And for too long, leadership has been defined by authority and dominance. But what if that definition is outdated? The qualities that drive success today aren't about commanding power. They're about inspiring trust, fostering collaboration, creating impact. And we see this every day in workplaces. Yet research proves what experience already tells us. Harvard Business Review study shows, again, that women outperform men in 17 out of 19 leadership competencies. And the things like taking initiative, driving results, developing others, emotional intelligence, building trust, and many more. And these aren't just nice to have traits. They are what modern workplaces need to thrive. So, why do so many boardrooms, governments, industries still see leadership as a rigid and outdated mold that women have to squeeze into? Expected to be confident, but not too confident. Strong, but not too strong. And as a result, We're not short on qualified women leaders. We're just short on people willing to see them as such. But here's the good news. Leadership is changing. And the most effective leaders today are proving that care, empathy, emotional intelligence are not weaknesses like we used to think. They are powerful leadership strength. Take Jacinda Ardern, the former Prime Minister of New Zealand. She led her country through the COVID-19 crisis, not with cold authority, but with care, trust, honesty, and vulnerability. She spoke to her people, not as a politician, but as a fellow human being. She wasn't afraid to say, "This is hard. I know you're struggling, but we will get through this, and we'll do this together." Even if you watch the videos she's saying those words, she's not standing in her office, wearing expensive suit, in front of professional camera. She's at home, in her home clothes, filming on a phone, in a quarantine, being honest and open. Can you imagine? And that vulnerability didn't weaken her. It made her stronger. Her people followed and trusted her because they knew she was leading with their well-being in mind. Or Julie Sweet, the CEO of Accenture. Under her leadership, Accenture invests millions of dollars into inclusivity programs, mental health initiatives, and employee well-being. She openly speaks about the importance of trust, honesty, and transparency in leadership. She understands that taking care of your employee isn't just a nice thing to do. It's a smart business strategy. Because again, when your employees feel seen, heard, cared for, they give their best work. They're more driven, more creative, more loyal. And that's the leadership we need. Not the kind that commands from the top, but the kind that connects from the heart. And there was a moment in my leadership journey where I feared I had failed. It was during one of our biggest projects. We worked tirelessly, countless hours of work. We put so much months of effort. A lot of people were involved. But just in one night, we could have lost it all. It felt like everything was crumbling. And as the leader, I felt the weight of the entire project on my shoulders. The whole responsibility. And I was terrified. And moreover, I was exhausted mentally and physically. I didn't get any sleep and no more food. I was under so much stress that I was going crazy. And it was also my birthday. What a great gift for entering your 20s, right? But putting jokes aside, it was a scary moment. And I'm standing in front of my team, we're discussing many issues, and I'm standing and I'm going crazy, and I'm telling myself, okay, I need to stay strong. I need to hold everything together. This is hard, but I just need to breathe, need to stay strong. We're talking, there are calls, there are a lot of issues, and I just need to stay strong, I need to breathe, I'm hyperventilating. And I broke down. I lost it. I cried in front of my team. And I thought, this is it. They're going to see me as weak. They're going to think that I can't handle this. I thought that I wasn't made for leadership, that I'm bad at it. Because leaders don't cry. They're tough, unbreakable, and I failed. But that's not what happened. Instead, my team rallied around me. They didn't see my emotions as a failure. They saw my passion, my dedication, my investment. They saw that I cared so deeply about the work we were doing that it resonated with them, because they cared too. They didn't see me as weak. They called me strong. So we came together, we solved all the issues, we finished the project, and it was a major success. And in that day, I learned a very valuable lesson. Actually, two. First, never plan such things on your birthdays. And second, that real leadership isn't about being unbreakable, invincible, and tough. Real leadership is simply about being human. It's about being true to yourself and others. It's about being a good man in a storm. So here's my challenge for you. Let's redefine leadership. Let's support and uplift women that lead with empathy. Let's recognize that strength isn't about being the loudest voice in the room, but creating a room where everyone is heard. Because when women lead, not by imitating the past, but by shaping the future, we don't just break boundaries, we reshape them. Thank you.